All right, welcome back to the Sportscasters Club YouTube program. Today we're going to answer the question, why you should start a YouTube channel. Yes, you. Not your friend, not your family member, not someone you know down the street or at the gym. You should start a YouTube channel, and I'm going to tell you why. There are a bunch of reasons. I've put together 5 reasons, so let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. Really, the idea for this program came when I was recording another one, and I was talking about how a sports broadcaster could get better in the winter, and you've probably watched that episode. If not, you can find it in the archive. And one of the ways that I said a sports broadcaster can become a better sports broadcaster in the winter is by starting a YouTube channel, is by broadcasting. And this is a technology we never had in my day, 25 years ago. We didn't have the ability to start a channel and become a broadcaster worldwide to anyone here on YouTube. So that's really where the idea for this episode came, on why you should use YouTube and why you should use it as a way to get better as a sports broadcaster. But after that, it kind of dawned on me that I should put together a list of why you should start a YouTube channel other than that. So this is going to be part 1. We're going to talk about why, and then in the next part we're going to talk about the nuts and bolts of how to start a YouTube channel. And first of all, you can find so much great material from new YouTube broadcasters, some that have been in the industry or on the channel or making videos for a year, 2 years, 5 years, some even just a few months. And there's really a wealth of information. But I've put together 5 reasons why you should start a YouTube channel this year, especially if you're a sports media professional, but not only that. But we're going to focus on that niche today. And at the end, stay till the end, because I'm going to give you a book that will be very helpful in thinking about this question of why you should start a YouTube channel. So, first reason you should start a YouTube channel, this might be the one that I kind of just mentioned, is that it can allow you to sharpen your skills. You can have discussions, you're speaking, you're verbalizing just like I am now. You're speaking to the camera. I was talking with someone the other day, and she said, "You just look so comfortable and talented by being able to broadcast to the camera." And I said, well, I guess it's just from my career broadcasting on radio or television. You just get used to it. And certainly I'm not as good as many others in the industry, but it's really all relative, and we can always improve. And the more you do it, the better you're going to be. Also, with a YouTube channel, we can practice interviewing. That's a tremendous skill. And it's really one, in my opinion, that it needs some work. Let's put it that way. And there are a lot of, obviously the episodes, some of them we've done here on this channel, talking about what makes a good interview, what makes a good interviewer, what makes a great media professional when it comes to interviewing. And that's a topic all in and of itself. But on YouTube, it gives you some great experience from interviewing. You can simply connect with someone with the software, and we'll talk more about that in the episode where we talk about how. But you can practice your interviewing in a non-threatening place where you can then put the interview out worldwide. So that's really pretty cool if you ask me. So that's another thing you can practice. Also, when you have a YouTube channel, you're going to get a lot of experience researching, because if you have a guest, you're going to want to research it. If you're talking about a topic, you're going to want to research that topic. Just like I did for this video, I've got my laptop right here, and I'm reading down the 5 steps. So if you see me glancing quickly, it's because I've done my research and I've got some bullet points that I want to get across to you, the viewer. So it's great practice for researching. And a YouTube channel is phenomenal practice for editing and some of the other behind the scenes skills you need. Those are skills that a lot of up and coming media professionals start with as they progress their career. It's a lot easier to break into the industry off the air compared to on the air. YouTube really bridges that gap. It gives you the ability to practice the on the air, the interviewing, the discussions, the verbalization, and it also gives you a chance to do the editing, whether you're going to use some software like I use, whether you're going to use iMovie, whether you're not going to do much editing at all. Really, the sky's the limit in terms of what kind of editing you want to do on YouTube. Starting basic is always a great way to go just because it's not intimidating. But if you want to learn editing, this is a great place to do it. So that's number one of the 5 reasons why you should start a YouTube channel. Number 1 is to sharpen your skills. And again, if you have comments, leave the comments below, and certainly be sure to subscribe so you get all of our videos here from Sportscasters Club. The second reason to start a YouTube channel is to promote yourself and grow your career. This is focusing if you're a sports media professional. You can instantly be visible to anyone in the industry worldwide. Station managers, team personnel, universities, colleagues, etc. This was such a difficult and laborious task when I was coming up because we would have to record our material, then we'd have to somewhere find a studio and take snippets of our best material on cassette tapes, compile them onto a master cassette tape, and then make copies. And then physically mail these copies out or deliver them to whoever we wanted to reach. So if I wanted a job with a minor league baseball team, I would mail them the copy of the tape. And it was such a pain in the rear end, putting the tapes together, sending them, and this was called your demo tape. You had to have one. They wanted to hear your work. What do you sound like? And by the way, another little tip, most executives would tell me they would listen somewhere in the area of 5 to 15 seconds to get an idea of if they're going to listen any further. So make those first 5 seconds excellent when you're doing a demo tape or you're doing an online demo now. Don't put some fancy introduction because your tape's going to go in the trash. Nowadays it's all digital, but the same philosophy holds true. Get right to it. I try to do that here with these videos. I try to get right to the material. So, promoting yourself. YouTube is a huge benefit to that because then you can send your CV, you can send your digital resume, and you can say, here's my work, and link to your YouTube channel. And immediately they know what you're about, your presence on the air, how you come across, your professionalism, how polished you are. They can see all of that. And you're going to have that immediately in the hands of who you wanted to connect with. So that's very important. So the second reason why you should start a YouTube channel this year is to promote yourself and grow your career. All right, number 3. The number 3 reason, maybe a little less tangible, but still important nonetheless. The number 3 reason why you should start a YouTube channel this year is to connect with others. Build your network of friends, your network of colleagues, because this collaboration helps you meet new people. I guarantee you if you start making videos, regardless what your industry is, and then you're also watching videos of the same type, you're going to start to network in those circles. So for example, if I'm a baseball broadcaster and I start to make baseball videos and I'm watching baseball videos and then I'm interviewing baseball guests and other broadcasting guests, then all of a sudden I'm part of that network. I'm part of that tribe. And that's going to go a long way, not only in terms of just me getting better, but me being able to network myself to someone who might know someone else who might know of an opening that might fit my skills and abilities. So networking is a lot different now than it used to be. It used to be you'd go to a mixer, you'd hand out business cards, and then you'd stand in the corner and try to find someone new to talk to and approach them. You know, at these different round tables you could go to for chambers of commerce and for those different types of things. It's all digital now. And this is your way to do your networking. So make a YouTube channel today and use it for networking. Okay? So that's number 3. We've talked about sharpening your skills. We've talking about promoting yourself. We've talking about connecting with others. We've talked about. I'm going to leave that in just to show you that you don't have to be perfect verbally to have a YouTube channel. All right, the number 4 reason to have a YouTube channel, and this is really, I think, what my niche is now, because I'm not out here trying to land a job at a station or with a team. I'm here to share, educate, and entertain. Hopefully educate mainly, but that's really my job. So for you, the 4th reason you should start a YouTube channel is so you can share, educate, and entertain. And there are so much value in that, because for me, having lived in sports broadcasting for 25, 30 years, there are just a lot of lessons I've learned that I can share with others. And that's one of the things I enjoyed when I was teaching at Fordham, at Marist, at the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and then with the students that I've coached individually, personally, one-on-one through Sportscasters Club, is trying to impart some of those lessons, some of those stories, to demystify the industry and let them know what to expect so they can be better prepared. And so this is a way you can do that too, because you may be a storyteller. You may enjoy sharing your knowledge and helping others, because ultimately that's what it comes down to, at least for me in my stage of my career. But for you, there's got to be things you know. Even if you're just starting out, there's definitely things you know that you can impart to others to help them too. So that's the number 4 reason for you starting your YouTube channel today. So you can share, so you can educate, and so you can entertain. Perhaps you're a lot more entertaining than me. I don't do a lot of dog and pony show with this channel, just because that's not my personality. You have to be true to who you are. You have to be authentic. And I'm typically an introvert, and so I'm not usually the center of attention. If I'm at a table at dinner, or if I'm at a party, or if I'm at a conference, or whatever the case might be. But this is my way to share and educate. And so my entertainment is not going to be the same, perhaps, as yours. Maybe you can hop on this table and do a dance. Maybe you can sing a song. Maybe you can add some flair and pizzazz, because that's your personality. It's certainly not mine. So be yourself, be entertaining if that's who you are, but that's another great thing to include in your YouTube channel. And again, remember, the next episode I'm going to talk about how. This is the why. Next time we're going to talk about how. So we'll answer that question too. And that goes back to teaching and educating. So number 5, here's the 5th reason that you should start a YouTube channel today, immediately. And that's because it's a healthy, creative outlet. I mean, think about it. What do counselors and professionals and a lot of therapists recommend? Journaling. Why? Because you get your thoughts, your emotions down on paper. Well, this is in many ways the same thing, because this is a way to verbalize and get your ideas and thoughts out, whether they be here in video format, similar to journaling, similar to radio. It reminds me of a conversation I had with my mother. I was in my 20s, and I mean, I've mentioned I've always been an introvert, which might sound strange for someone who's in sports media and who's been in sports media for many years, but that's just the way I'm wired. However, I told my mother one of the values I always put on my radio career was that it was my creative outlet. It was my time of the day to share my thoughts, opinions, ideas, to have banter back and forth with whoever I was broadcasting with, whether it was a broadcast partner, whether it was on a talk show, hosting sports talk shows over the years. That would be the time to do that. But that was really my creative outlet. And I can't quantify that. I mean, but the research is out there, and obviously that's something that gets talked about a lot. I think there's a great value in having that creative outlet. That time when you're going to share, when you're going to talk about these things, and in this case, on this channel, we're talking about career growth. We're talking about having a career as a sports broadcaster. We're talking about sports and media and journalism, all of those topics here on my YouTube channel. And I think if you start a YouTube channel, you will find great value in that period where you can have a creative outlet. And I think you'll find that to be a very valuable piece as well. So before I tell you the book that's going to be very helpful for you to start a YouTube channel, I'm just going to recap really quick the 5 reasons why to start a YouTube channel as I put them out there. And again, if there's more that you can think of, drop them in the comments, and I'm curious what you think as well. But I said sharpen your skills, promote yourself and grow your career, connect with others, share, educate, and entertain, and number 5, have a creative, healthy outlet for yourself. Okay, so those are the 5 reasons. And again, next time we're going to talk about how. I'm going to talk about the nuts and bolts, the equipment you need, how to start your channel so you can actually start it immediately. But before I end this episode, I want to talk about a book. And you can find the link to this book in the description. I like to throw out books because I'm a big reader, as you can see. And it's funny, I was just looking over in the library for this book because I know I have it somewhere. I must have lent it out to someone because I couldn't find the physical copy. So, sorry I don't have the physical copy to show you, but today's book is Start With Why by Simon Sinek. That book is fantastic. It predominantly deals with business leaders in building a culture of why, so you can help grow a team and nurture a team that's going to focus on a goal. But I think it's very applicable for us in any endeavor, but specifically if we're looking to try something new. Why? Because you need that why when you run into obstacles. And trust me, you will run into obstacles when starting a YouTube channel. It's the same thing as when many years ago I started sportscastersclub.com. There were obstacles along the way, technical obstacles, how to figure things out, process obstacles, just things that you just learn as you do it. And then when I started the audio podcast using Buzzsprout, which I love, they're fantastic. That's who hosts my audio podcast. When I started that many years ago, there was a learning curve there. And to stay motivated and get through all of that, you need a why. You need a very strong why. And so you will need that not only when you start your YouTube channel, but as you pursue a career in sports media, in sports broadcasting, you're going to need a very strong why, because you're going to have a lot of obstacles. You're going to have low pay, you're going to have a lot of grunt work, you're going to have irregular hours, you're going to have all of those things. You're going to have an impact on your social life. All of those things and many more are going to be obstacles. And you need a strong and powerful why to keep you focused, to keep you moving forward. So check the link below. I linked to the book by Simon Sinek. He's a fantastic thought leader in the business and leadership space. And I think the book will help you, whether you're considering starting a YouTube channel or whether you're pursuing a career or whatever your endeavor. I think you'll find that to be a helpful book. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope these 5 reasons gave you an idea and many ideas of why you should start a YouTube channel, why you should pursue it now. And honestly, it's not as difficult as you might think. There might be some aspects of it that are intimidating to you. They shouldn't be. So today we talked about the why, and next time we're going to talk about the how. How do you start a YouTube channel? How do you go from idea here to putting it out there where people can watch your content and watch your episodes? And so we're going to talk about that next. Look for that here on the channel, and if you're subscribed, you will get the notification. So I'm Rick. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you found a lot of value in this. and I'll talk to you next time.